28 years after the zombie outbreak, children are now worshipping darkness itself. A brutal gang, a mutant zombie learning to be human again, and a doctor building a temple made of human bones. But tonight, everything is about to burn. Now let's begin the story of 28 years later, the Bone Temple. At the beginning of 28 years later, the Bone Temple, we see a group of kids inside an abandoned factory bullying a boy named Spike. They keep provoking him, hoping he'll fight back. But Spike is quiet and peaceful. He doesn't want any trouble. Among the group is a boy named Jimmy, the leader of the gang. Jimmy claims he speaks to the Master of Darkness. He closes his eyes dramatically and asks what should be done with Spike. A few seconds later, Jimmy says the Master has spoken. Spike can join the gang, but first he has to prove himself in a fight. One of the gang members steps forward and easily beats Spike down. The boy keeps insulting and humiliating him, but suddenly Spike sees an opportunity. He pulls the boy's pants down, grabs a knife from the floor, and stabs him in the leg. Blood starts pouring out instantly. Nobody helps the injured boy because helping would break the gang's rules. The boy slowly bleeds to death, and Spike is forced to take his place in the gang. Deep down, Spike never wanted any of this. He was dragged into their madness against his will. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, a man is hunting a deer when suddenly dozens of zombies rush out from the bushes and chase him. He tries to escape but falls to the ground. That's when a massive zombie named Samson appears. Samson brutally attacks the man and devours him alive. Later, inside an old train, we meet Dr. Kelson. He's dragging the body of a dead pregnant woman outside the train. She was killed during a zombie attack. The sound of the body scraping across the floor catches Samson's attention. Kelson immediately realizes Samson is nearby. He carries a small weapon filled with tranquilizer darts. Even though Kelson knows Samson, he still doesn't fully trust him. As soon as Samson approaches, Kelson shoots him with the tranquilizer and knocks him unconscious. Then something unexpected happens. Kelson gently removes arrows from Samson's body and treats his wounds. He calmly tells him, "Don't worry, you'll heal soon." Samson lies there unconscious, unable to react. Afterward, Kelson burns the pregnant woman's body inside a furnace. He carefully cleans her remaining bones and places them beside dozens of other skeletons. Every skeleton belongs to people who died after the zombie outbreak. For years, Kelson has been collecting bodies, preserving bones, and secretly researching the zombie virus. He's been trying to create a cure for nearly 28 years. When night falls, he retreats into his underground basement where he has built a hidden laboratory and living area. The next day, Kelson returns to the forest and calls out for Samson. After a while, Samson slowly emerges from the trees. Kelson immediately prepares his tranquilizer weapon again, but calmly explains, "I won't hurt you, I just want to help." As Samson approaches, Kelson tranquilizes him once more and brings him back. Kelson spends time talking to Samson, explaining that he has survived in this place for almost 28 years. Then Kelson does something shocking. He drinks the tranquilizer himself and says, "I want to trust you." Moments later, he collapses unconscious. When Kelson wakes up later, he realizes Samson never harmed him. Samson simply left peacefully. Kelson becomes incredibly happy. He finally believes Samson may no longer be completely dangerous. Slowly, the two begin forming an unusual friendship. Elsewhere in the forest, a man named Johnny is traveling with two children named Kathy and Tom. They entered the jungle searching for food. Suddenly, they spot a zombie calmly wandering by itself. The zombie ignores them completely. Kathy warns Johnny not to bother it, but Johnny acts tough and follows the zombie to scare it away. The zombie suddenly screams loudly. Within seconds, dozens of zombies rush toward them. Realizing the danger, Kathy grabs Tom and runs, leaving Johnny behind. Johnny screams for help, but Kathy sarcastically shouts back, "You wanted to be a hero, right?" Johnny doesn't survive. Kathy and Tom barely escape and return to their small farmhouse near the forest. But when they arrive home, they discover unexpected guests. Jimmy and his gang are already inside, casually eating their food. Furious, Kathy demands to know why they're there. Jimmy calmly replies that they are servants of their master and go wherever the master commands. Kathy orders them to leave, but Jimmy suddenly snaps and says they came there to kill everyone. As tensions explode, Kathy's brother throws boiling water onto Jimmy and the gang, but they instantly overpower him. During the chaos, Kathy manages to escape. The gang drags the entire family outside. Jimmy orders his followers to find Kathy in the forest. One girl named Kylie says she also wants to offer Kathy as a sacrifice to their master. Jimmy angrily tells her to stop questioning him and obey orders. As Kylie searches through the forest, Johnny suddenly appears running toward her. Without hesitation, Kylie kills him effortlessly. Deep inside the woods, Kylie accidentally spots Dr. Kelson and Samson together. Kelson's appearance looks strange because he has covered himself in ash and chemicals during his experiments. Kylie misunderstands everything. She becomes convinced that Kelson is the mysterious Master Jimmy has always talked about. Back at the farm, Jimmy has the family tied up. He claims they'll be sacrificed to bring peace to the world. It's obvious Jimmy is mentally unstable and has brainwashed the entire gang with his twisted beliefs. Nearby, Kathy secretly watches everything while hiding, unable to help. Spike becomes horrified by the violence and walks away from the group. Kylie returns and notices his fear. Spike admits he can't do this anymore. Kylie surprisingly tells him that's fine. Meanwhile, Kelson continues testing medicines on Samson. He injects him with another experimental serum and says, "If you can say even one word, I'll know it's working." As the medicine begins affecting him, Samson struggles to pronounce Kelson's name like a child learning to speak. Kelson becomes emotional. For the first time, he believes the cure might actually work. At the farm, Jimmy's gang brutally tortures the captured family. Their screams echo through the night until they pass out from pain. Only Tom is left alive. Jimmy tells Tom that if he wants to survive, he must fight another gang member to the death. Tom has no choice. His opponent is a fast and aggressive girl who easily overpowers him. Kathy secretly watches from hiding and can't bear seeing Tom beaten anymore. She suddenly attacks the girl from behind to save him. Now everyone discovers Kathy's location. The entire gang chases after her. At the same moment, Tom grabs a gas cylinder and sets the entire farm on fire. Flames spread everywhere instantly. Many gang members burn alive. Using the chaos as a distraction, Kathy and Tom escape. Jimmy becomes furious and blames Spike for everything. He says the Master will decide Spike's punishment. That's when Kylie reveals she saw the Master deep in the forest, surrounded by skeletons. The other children become excited and ask Jimmy if they can finally meet him. Jimmy lies and says yes. The next morning, Samson wakes up and eats fruit from a nearby tree. It seems he's slowly becoming more human again. Meanwhile, Kelson continues working desperately on the cure inside his underground lab. But when he steps outside searching for Samson, he realizes Samson is gone. At the same time, Jimmy and his gang arrive nearby and secretly watch Kelson from a distance. Jimmy doesn't know who Kelson really is, but he lies to the children again and claims Kelson is their master. Jimmy approaches Kelson alone and asks, "Are you our master?" Kelson looks confused and asks if he means God or the devil. Jimmy proudly explains that he worships darkness and believes he's bringing peace through violence. He asks Kelson what this strange place is. Kelson calmly explains that it's a graveyard built to honor the dead. Jimmy then says the children want to meet him as their master. Kelson realizes pretending might keep them calm and agrees. That night, the gang camps in the forest while waiting for the ceremony. Meanwhile, Kelson creates another herbal medicine for Samson. Elsewhere, Spike secretly tries escaping during the night. Kylie catches him. A zombie attacks Spike, but he kills it. Then another gang member attacks Spike, seeking revenge for his dead friend. Before Spike can die, Kylie kills the attacker herself. She tells Spike there's nowhere safe left in the world. But Spike refuses to believe that. He says there must still be somewhere peaceful. Kylie forces him back to camp and lies to Jimmy about what happened. Meanwhile, Samson wanders through the forest, reliving memories of his pregnant wife dying inside the train. Now that he's becoming more human, other zombies no longer recognize him as one of them and attack him. Samson is forced to fight back. That night, Kelson prepares for the ceremony. He decorates the graveyard with lights, making the entire place glow eerily in the darkness. Jimmy and the gang finally arrive wearing masks so the Master won't see their faces. Kelson appears dressed like a demonic figure, just as Jimmy requested. Then Kelson throws powder into the air. The powder is actually opium. The children become intoxicated and begin believing Kelson truly is their supernatural master. Jimmy then asks if he should continue killing people to bring peace to the world. As Jimmy proudly describes the gang's crimes, Kelson realizes how dangerous and corrupted these children truly are. Before they leave, Kelson gives Jimmy one final command. To save the world, I need your sacrifice, just like Jesus Christ. Jimmy instantly becomes enraged. He screams that Kelson is a fraud. Kylie immediately attacks Kelson with a knife, badly wounding him. Jimmy orders everyone to kill Kelson, but suddenly, Kylie turns against the gang and kills them herself. At the same time, Spike attacks Jimmy. Already injured and weakened, Jimmy finally dies. Kelson tells Spike and Kylie to leave immediately before the surviving gang members return. Before escaping, they hang Jimmy upside down like Jesus Christ as punishment for the madness and death he caused. Later, Samson arrives and calls out for Kelson. By now, Samson appears almost fully cured, but Kelson is already dead. Samson silently carries Kelson's body away to give him a proper funeral. In the final scene, we see a distant house near the border where a little girl lives with her father. Suddenly, they hear noises outside. They grab their weapons and step out carefully. In the darkness, they spot two children running toward them while being chased by unknown figures. Those children are Spike and Kylie. And with that, 28 years later, the Bone Temple comes to an end. Tell me in the comments what you thought about the story, and which movie should I explain next?